Hello there, Kanokoram here, and we're standing in a brand new creative world. This is going to be a little bit of a different video from usual. Mojang has just today, just a couple of minutes, hours ago, released a special experimental snapshot for 1.18, for Minecraft 1.18, featuring a lot of the new world generation in a very experimental state. And because it's obviously going to be a little bit performance heavy just due to the increased world height and a bunch of other stuff, I wanted to take the time and make sure that you guys have the opportunity to see this kind of generation in case your computer's not able to run it. And also I just wanted to explore it myself. So I'm loading this up for the first time here. So we'll be experiencing together the reaction to this amazing new kind of Minecraft world. I have looked at the changelog, of course. I'll read it out to you now, and I'll probably have it on screen here as well. So of course it has the new world height and depth. That's not new. Obviously, if you have the Caves and Cliffs preview pack, you can already experience that. But we do have the new mountain biomes in Java at long last. So we have the lofty peaks, the snow-capped peaks, the grove, the meadow, and snowy slopes. The grove and the meadows sound new to me, so I don't even know what this is going to look like at all. We have new cave generation, obviously. We knew about that. Local water levels and lava levels in the underground. New cave biomes now generate naturally underground and inside of mountains. So the Lush Caves and the Dripstone caves. No deep dark yet, which isn't surprising. Let's see, there's natural variation in the terrain, shape, and elevation independently from biomes. So forests and deserts can form up on a hill without needing a special biome called, like, forest hills. Which is interesting. From the screenshots, I'm not sure how I feel about it, but maybe it'll look a little nicer in-game. New ore distribution, large ore veins, integrated mountains, caves, and cave entrances, which I hope sounds as cool, or is as cool as it sounds. And then mountains only spawn in complete darkness, which is interesting. I don't know if that's just for experimental purposes, maybe to keep entity counts down, or if that is the intent going forward for monsters to only spawn in complete darkness, which I could see, but also seems to kind of negate the danger of not lighting up your house effectively. Anyway, let's go ahead and explore here. I'm sure we'll experience a little bit of lag. I do have a pretty decent computer, but there's a lot going on here. So let's see, especially near this jungle. Let's actually leave the jungle because I don't care about that. I will say this river here looks a lot different. Like I said, I want to stay away from the jungle. So we'll go explore some other rivers, but it looks a lot whiter, which is interesting. And I hope a good sign for the future. So if we're looking around, this savanna here looks pretty standard. We've got an aquifer here. That's not unusual. We'll keep going around this way, I think. We've got a bit of a lake right here. What biome is this? It's called a river, but obviously it's a lake, which is interesting. I don't know if that's normal, if that's been in the game before. Here's a more normal sized river, so maybe that one just happened to be a little bit wider. I'm interested to see how the river generation actually is working now, because it does seem to be just a little bit different. See, this right here is considered, oh no, it's not. Well, parts of it are considered a desert, which is interesting, and parts of it are considered a river. Well, anyway, let's come on over here. Oh, actually, come back this way. So we've got a little bit of a hill here. I don't think this is a mountain. I think it's just a normal terrain hill. This seems pretty standard height. It does get pretty high, up to about 100, getting some snow on top. And it is considered a mountain biome. So there is that. And then we've got the savanna kind of making its way up there, with the mountain being fairly small, which is interesting. Kind of a small mountain. So let's keep exploring here. We've got desert, pretty reasonable desert, I would say. Not really terribly unusual in terms of biome, or in terms of terrain, or in terms of size. Ruined portal over here is kind of cool. Is this a plains? It looks a little different from a plains. Yeah, it is a plains, okay. Hey there! If you're enjoying this video, please remember to leave a like and share with your friends, and to subscribe to keep an eye on when new videos come out. If you want to get involved with the community, you can join our Discord server, where you can also learn how to get involved with the New in Town Dimensions beta release for 1.17, or you can follow me on Twitter. With all that, thank you so much for watching, and back to the show. We'll probably, well, what's this? Okay, so this plains has like a nice little rolling hill, which is kind of kind of cool. I don't remember if this is usual terrain generation. Okay. Ooh, oh boy. See, this is looking a little funky to me, to be honest. It's pretty tall for a Badlands. Like, this is, oh my gosh, this is getting up to like the clouds. I'm fairly sure that's not normal. Got some plains tucked in here, which is kind of cool. But this is like, this is really tall. I don't think this is how real Badlands would actually generate. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. Oh, back to more jungle. I don't want jungle, it's laggy. Got some wooded Badlands plateau up here, but it's not really a plateau. Oh, we got a meadow, okay. What's the meadow look like? So it seems to kind of climb up the side of the mountain. It appears to have mostly poppies and dead bushes, which is interesting. An interesting combo indeed. Looks like it does have some mixture of terracotta. Not sure if that is supposed to be like almost biome smoothing as we transition from meadow to Badlands, or if that's part of meadows. We'll have to take a look at some other meadows perhaps and see. Ooh, a flower forest over here, I think. Oh, sunflower plains. Is this a flower forest? Yeah, cool. That's very rare. Very nice. So very interesting. Certainly very tall. Let's see. It looks like it's not really getting a whole lot taller than about 130 or so. So probably the above the clouds is relegated mostly to the really, really big mountain biomes. Whereas those are just some tall mountains in terms of terrain, and then some biomes kind of placed on top of it, which I hope is how it generally is going to work. See, like this seems really tall for a plain, so I'm not super fond of that. Alright, let's see what we got over here. This is a weird little beach here. Interesting. Looks like another meadow, perhaps. Yeah, we've got a meadow here. So, a fairly tall hill that starts to become a mountain. The meadow with, what's this, a mega taiga? Is that what it's called? Giant spruce taiga, that's it. But it looks like the transition from meadow to taiga doesn't perfectly match. And then we got a snowy tundra, which is interesting. And up here, oh, still snowy tundra. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. This little rocky mountain. Alright, let's see over here. This looks like, oh yeah, so that's got to be one of our new mountain biomes. Wow. Hold on, let's come around over here. Oh, this is so huge. Okay, so let's come on down here to the ground I think I'd like to see it from. Oh, the render distance isn't even big enough. I don't want to make it too big though, because there is jungle there. But yeah, you're walking along here. The roofed forest starts to rise up. It starts to come up on this hill. And then you get to the foot of the mountain itself. I mean, once you're at the foot of the actual mountain, you're still at like Y100. So that is huge. And I'm sure there's powdered snow mixed in with this normal snow. Almost certainly. Oh, cracks. Okay, or noise caves, rather. Noodle caves, that's what it is. Noodle caves. So that's definitely going to make traveling here dangerous. So let's keep climbing up here. I'm interested to see what that cave entrances and mountains are more integrated. We do have this cave right here. I don't know if that's what it meant. I don't know what it would mean by they're more integrated with each other. But let's keep climbing. Obviously, we've got goats spawning here because it's a mountain. What biome is this, by the way? Snowy slopes. That makes sense. Is the whole thing snowy slopes? Nope. Once we get up here, it's lofty peaks. So I don't see a whole lot of difference, really, other than the lofty peaks appears to be where the actual top is. So snowy slopes is probably more so specific to the actual rising of the mountain, and then it evens out at the top. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, we got this big aquifer right here at the peak of the mountain. That's really cool. We've got this whole mountainous section over here. Ooh, a big chunk of ice. Is this a different biome? snow-capped peaks. Has a bunch of ice. I would call it ice-capped rather than snow-capped with this here. Is this whole area snow-capped peaks? Okay, it is. So we've got a bunch of ice. Looks like normal ice as well as packed ice. Very cool. Another aquifer there. Let's set the time back to 100. Okay, and then we come back down the side. Oh, okay. So we got an azalea tree here, which should mean that there's a lush caves beneath it. Let's take some time and do that. Okay. Wow, it looks so deep. Okay. So we go down here, and that takes us to this lush caves. But this lush caves, I mean, we're at Y94. This is inside of the mountain. This is not underground, which is really, really sweet. Like, that's so cool. And okay, so we've got a normal cave, which is just in a snowy slopes biome. But then if we come in here, it actually becomes a lush caves. I'm really interested to see how the cave biome actually works. Like, how does that integrate? What point does it become not lush caves? Let's see. So about, let's say, so if the top here is at about 99, so it's about 9-10 blocks higher that it no longer is considered lush caves, which makes sense. You know, you don't know exactly how big, and I'm assuming the same for the bottom. So we got lush caves right here, and then we go down. Well, what was the height? 87. So it looks like it. Okay, so that's a little less, about 7 to 10 blocks of difference, and it probably varies based on the height. Because if we come down here, obviously this is at 79, but if we come a little lower, oh, okay, no, that's even less before it becomes a different biome. I'm really interested to see how this generation works and how it's going to be able to like change and be affected for custom dimension purposes. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. So some of this lush cave biome comes out and is actually not fully in a cave because of the way that this mountain generated with. That's really interesting. Oh yeah, it comes all the way around here. There's some moss and azalea. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I wonder if this right here is what they're talking about with the integrated cave entrances. No, because this looks different. This looks like it's a noise cave that carved away some of the land. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why that lush cave is so weird. Alright, well, regardless, let's keep exploring over here. What is this? This looks like snowy slopes. Oh, hold on. What's this? Grove? I missed it. Where's the... So that's river, forest, grove. What's a grove? Why is it so tiny? Where is the grove? I want to see what the heck a grove is. Locate biome grove. 91 blocks away. What are you talking about? Okay, I don't see what makes a grove any different from anything else. Clearly it's up higher? What? I don't understand. You know what? I'm really curious now. What's up here? What biome does it say it is when we get higher? Still says grove, which is really interesting. But then if we actually get down to the ground, it's snowy slopes. So why is it grove up here? What does a grove normally look like? Very interesting. Let's come over here. Maybe we can see. So there's definitely some more grove up here. Is that just what it's called? It's a stone shore. That's not what I want. Is grove just like the default biome for the air above? No, because this is called a grove too, even though we're on the ground. What if we go inside? What do you say this is? You say it's a grove. But what makes it a grove? Oh, that looks like a sweet lush cave over there. What makes it a grove? Like, this looks like a snowy slopes to me. So, what does a grove actually entail? Oh, well, lots of powdered snow, it looks like. Wow, lots of powdered. Oh my gosh. This, like, half of this is powdered snow. That's crazy. Is it the same over here? No, because this is just snowy slopes. Now, there's... See, exactly. There's tons of powdered snow. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. Let's see. So that's all of the mountain biomes, it seems like. I'm not really sure, again, how I feel about them yet. The transition seems weird, and what is classified as a mountain seems weird. And I'm not sure how much I like some biomes generating on these mountains, but not actually being called mountains. What the? See, and look at this, look at this. So this is definitely, this can't be right. Because this is definitely Lush Cave material. Yeah, so this right here is considered Lush Caves, which looks sick down there. We need to go down there in a second. This right here is considered Grove. Even on the ground is considered Taiga. But because of the way it generated, we walk in just a little bit, it's Lush Caves, so there's lush stuff on the surface. That can't be correct. So I'm assuming that that's going to be changed. Yeah, very interesting. Let's go down to these Lush Caves because they look sweet. Yeah, this is a huge Lush Caves area. It's totally inside this mountain under. This is enormous. I was expecting Lush Caves to be like kind of small. These are huge. And this one, of course, you know, taking over this Mineshaft. That looks really sweet. And of course, here we get to a noise cave that's a Lush Cave, which is obviously the dream. Magical. Yeah, that's really cool. So here we got, still, mobs are still spawning, so it's not like the total darkness is making them unlikely in Lush Caves. Maybe it's just so, I don't know, it seems weird to only spawn in darkness, but I mean, I'm not against it, it's just interesting. Alright, well, let's see if we can find some Dripstone caves. We'll fly around for a short bit, but we'll probably end up using, what's it called? The locate biome command. Let's see, it's going to be a little harder to see than Lush Caves, I imagine. And then we'll go back to the surface and look around some more at the surface biomes. Yeah, let's use a locate command. Locate biome, Dripstone caves. Oh, it's not that far. Okay, so we got some Lush Caves that then transition to Dripstone caves. This looks really small, though. I don't even see... So there's a tiny bit more over here. Yeah, this is a really small Dripstone cave. I'd like to find like a proper, like a cave. Like the Lush Caves are huge. I want to find one of those that's Dripstone. Let's see, we'll keep going over here. Oh, looks like that might be one. Unless I imagined it. No, I think I imagined it. Dang. Let's do this again. That's the same one. If we keep flying away, eventually the locate, I'm sure, will take us to a different one. Let's see. Underground obviously looks, I mean, I've explored the underground personally, so this looks exactly how I remember it. It doesn't look too terribly different. We've got all the noodle caves and the noise caves. I would like a few more of the larger noise caves personally. There were a couple snapshots where they were definitely a little bit too common, but now I feel like they really aren't common enough. Like, this is the kind of thing I want to see. These big guys. Like, this is so cool and so much fun to find and explore. To light up, like, it's a chore to light up, but it's like, it's so fantastical to discover and slowly, like, prepare and make more safe. Like, that's just honestly some of the coolest stuff to me. Well, here's another Lush Cave, but I want a Dripstone cave, so let's see, is that a different one? Yes. So let's see if it's bigger. Here we go. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. It still seems very small, though. I wonder if it's supposed to be. Maybe they are. Maybe just Dripstone caves are smaller as a biome. Because this whole area here... Oh, I guess this is Dripstone cave. What about over here? Nope, that's Badlands. So we got some Dripstone over here. And it seems to meander a little bit and come over here. And then around to here. And that's more or less where it ends. Do we have any in the water, perhaps? Okay, so there's some in the water, too. Makes it some underwater Dripstone caves, and it kind of meanders around a little more. It still seems small to me, though. Like, it doesn't have the same epicness as the Lush Caves. But that might just be me. It is darker, so that does, you know, affect it a little bit. Hey, wait a second. Is this new? Hold on. I do not remember any kind of changelog note about Mineshafts using different kinds of wood types. Maybe I just don't remember it, but this is new to me. Interesting. Yeah, this is really cool. I like having the dark oak kinds. It'd be really neat to see like jungle ones in the jungle. Yeah, that's really neat. Well, we'll look over here real quick while we're so yeah, it's small. It's just a little bit of a snake-like pattern as it wanders around the middle of this larger cave. Because I feel like this whole cave system right here, this whole area should just be Dripstone stuff. Like, it'd be difficult to traverse. It'd be dangerous to traverse, especially if you're coming from up here. Like, you can't really just safely jump down, because if there's even a tiny Dripstone that you can't see, that's dangerous. That'd be really cool. But, I don't know. It just seems very tiny to me. Well, let's go out back to the surface and look around some more at the way surface biomes generate. Man, I want jungle. I do not want jungle. So yeah, here's another Badlands mountain. I don't know, it just seems too tall. I don't remember how tall Badlands were before. I'm not sure. Here's more of what I expect from plains. So, still nice and flat. We've got a couple of hills, but they're not huge. I haven't seen any like really tall deserts, so that's good. Because that's what I was... Are we back where we started, actually? I feel like it might be, because that village looks familiar. I feel like if we go any further this direction, we're going to hit another jungle. Rivers, I still feel like the rivers might be a little bit wider than they used to be. I'm not sure. Part of it's the aquifers. Like, it seems like aquifers generate a lot. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. This is like a crater. This looks really cool. What is this? That's awesome. Come on down here. So, okay. So yeah, this is more what I was expecting of Dripstone Caves. This looks really epic. This whole section here, just all kinds of Dripstone stuff going on. So that's okay. It's good to know that this is maybe that just happened to be a very small Dripstone biome, because this looks much more how I would expect. Got a G out there. But yeah, this is like a crater. This is like a meteor crashed in here. That's so awesome. Okay, wow, that takes us deep. Because this isn't like a lava lake. This is like the bottom of the world. Yeah, this is Y50 or minus 54. So that's just where lava aquifers start to. Oh, and then you come over here and you got some lush caves. Oh man, this is so sweet. I'm excited, guys. Wow, magical. I'm really interested to see how the deep dark looks. It's gonna be really cool, I hope. Yeah, that looks really awesome. Okay, here's some really deserty mountains. And if we come over, so there used to be a desert hills biome, but if we come here, it's just desert. Oh, okay, that looks weird. So that definitely is something that ought to be looked at, I think. I'm going to take a couple of screenshots. Because that just feels weird. Another desert. See right there too. So definitely some, like, I get what they're trying to do with the terrain independent of biomes, but even then it starts to create some weird effects when you have biomes that try to generate at certain heights and other biomes that are okay generating at any height. It just creates some really weird situations like this. I don't know. And then, like I said, I think some biomes should not generate, very high. I think desert mountains like this, I guess sometimes they're cool, but like this one is so tall. Like if the rest of this desert, if this whole desert were brought down by like 5-10 blocks, because this is sea level right here. So if the desert were generally at about sea level, more or less, and that was like 10-20 blocks lower, that'd look really cool. But this right here looks strange. Like having exposed stone, having cliffs like this is really cool when it's like a cliff, when it's like a proper mountain. But I feel like the contrast between the stone and the sand is really strange to have such a, I don't know, to command so much attention. I don't know. And and also aquifers in deserts I feel like are a little weird. So there's definitely a lot of things to not necessarily improve, but a lot of consideration to take into account. I mean, Mojang is working so hard to make this new terrain generation really, really cool and exciting and work and feel natural. So obviously things are going to change. And these are just the things that stand out to me. Like this looks perfectly fine. This looks really awesome and cool. Like, I don't even think like half of this like slopes very naturally. It looks really nice. We've got a couple of these cliff faces here, but honestly, you could have a few more. Okay, so yeah, this is a great example. I wonder if this is what they're talking about with cave integration, because that looks nice. But regardless, Dripstone. Like this looks fine. This looks fairly great because the stone works really well with the dirt, works really well with the grass, works really well with the terracotta here. And the rest of it is a mountain. So this feels like a cliff face on a normal mountain. Whereas over there, it looked strange. So, I don't know. There's definitely a lot of really cool views that you can get, and a lot of really cool biomes that you can get. And then, like I said, like the biome transitions are still very odd, in particular with the cave biomes, which isn't surprising because this is the first iteration we really have of them in Java Edition. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. Okay, here's some dripstone. So, okay, I think that first dripstone cave we found was just kind of small and dingy, because this is a much better one for sure. So yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes. I think there's a lot of directions that it can go. Oh, this looks so nice valley here in between some mountains, but you still got some hills above here, so it doesn't look weird. Yeah, because we're at Y100 right here. So you can go down from the plains. Oh, this looks just magical. Oh, and then you get up here. Oh my gosh. So this must be a meadow. No, this is plains. Here's a meadow. Okay. So you got plains going into meadows, going into probably a snowy slopes. Yes. Snowy slopes, I don't know. It feels like there's different kinds of snowy slopes because there's not much powdered snow there. And then you get to lofty peaks right here. But I'm still curious where the groves are. And yeah, where do biomes end and where they begin is still a little weird to me. This mountain village looks so cool. Like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. This is just the coolest little thing. Like, you've got this huge mountain, and this isn't even really like a valley. This is a lower part of the mountain. You're still above Y100 at this level, and you've got this awesome village just tucked in here. That's so cool. There's there's just a lot of really cool stuff and a lot of stuff that I don't understand yet that feels more jagged. There's stuff that's trying to look really smooth and stuff that succeeds at looking smooth, but then when you really look at it, it's like a strange jaggedness that almost like betrays the actual what you're looking at. So I'm interested to see how the technology grows and expands, but I mean, that looks wonderful. That just looks so cool. I'm gonna take a picture here. This is probably gonna be the thumbnail, to be honest. Yeah. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking around this with me. If you did, remember to leave a like and share with your friends, and of course to subscribe to keep an eye on when new videos come out. Like I said, this is just a bit of a weird one just because I was very excited when I saw this and I wanted to share with you guys, but obviously it's not New in Town related or anything like that. So definitely keep an eye. Maybe next time we'll look at experimental snapshots like this more often, because the world generation is really exciting to me, and obviously it's going to make a difference in how it's implemented for the dimensions of New in Town. You know, like volcanoes are probably going to be a big tall mountain biome like this, and they're going to look much more volcanic than they do right now. So definitely keep an eye on the progress with these experimental snapshots, and maybe we'll take a look at them together as they continue to be really epic like this. So like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.